Hello, Accelerated Chemistry students. This is Ms. Krista Foley, and this is your Chapter 9, Section 4 video notes all over naming and writing formulas for acids and bases. So let's talk about how to name and write the formula for acids. So acids are a group of ionic compounds with unique properties. An acid, by definition, is a compound that contains one or more hydrogen atoms and produces hydrogen ions, those are H pluses, when dissolved in water. When naming an acid, the identity of the anion combined with as many hydrogen ions as needed to make the molecule neutral is going to be your formula. Chemical formulas for acids are written with H's first, a subscript N, which would be the number of H's you need, and X, where X would represent your monatomic or polyatomic anion. There are going to be 3 rules that will help you name your acid. The name of your acid is going to be determined mostly by your anion. That's the negative part of the name. And each rule is going to deal with the anion with the different endings, IDE, ITE, or ATE. So rule 1, when you have an anion that ends in IDE, you're going to name your acid with hydro at the beginning. Then you're going to change the ending from IDE of your anion to ICE, and then you're going to write acid at the end. So an example would be HCl. Cl is the chloride anion. The chloride is going to turn to chloric, and we're going to put hydro in front of it. So it's going to be hydrochloric, and then acid at the end. Rule 2. When the anion ends in ITE, the acid name is going to change from ITE for the anion to OUS and followed by the word acid. Notice there's no hydro for these. So if your anion ends in ITE, you're going to change it to OUS and add acid at the end. So an example will be sulfurous acid. So that is the sulfite anion, SO3 2-. That's going to change the ite to us and add acid at the end. Rule number 3, when the anion ends in ATE, you're going to change the ATE to ic and then add acid to the end. So an example would be nitric acid. Your anion is nitrate, NO3-, and you're going to change the ate to ic, acid at the end. When writing formulas for acids, we're going to do exactly what we did for when we wrote the formula from the name, but we're going to go in reverse. So we're going to use the charge as neutral for all of these acids. So once we write our anion, we're going to add as many hydrogens to balance the charge. So an example would be hydrobromic. It ends in ICE, so that means, and it has hydro in the beginning. So since it has hydro in the beginning and ic at the end, that means it's the bromide ion. And Br- is the bromide ion, and we only need one H to make it neutral, so it's HBr. So a base is going to be different. It is generally an ionic compound that produces hydroxide ions when dissolved in water. They're named the same way that ionic compounds are named. So we know how to name these already. You're going to name the cation first, and then you're going to name the anion. The anion in all of these cases is going to be OH-. So this is going to be barium hydroxide. So Ba has a 2+ charge, OH-, and you need 2 of those because when you crisscross your charges, so that is barium hydroxide. So to write the formula for a base, you're going to first write the symbol for the metal cation, followed by the formula for the hydroxide ion. So then you're going to balance the ionic charges by crisscrossing. So an example would be calcium hydroxide, Ca is +2, OH is -1, crisscross CaOH2. And that's how you name acids and bases. And as always, all of the information on these Google Slides has been acquired and adapted from Pearson Chemistry's 2012 edition of the textbook, resources CD, and pearsonchem.com. Thanks so much. Have a good night.